It finally happened. Sony revealed the PlayStation 5 and a bunch of games for the console. The Harry Potter RPG leaked again, hinting at an official reveal, and Google Stadia won't get one of the most hyped games of the year at launch. Hi, welcome at XPpoint. I'm James, and this is the recap of the week. Well, it finally happened. Sony has properly revealed the PlayStation 5 during its digital event last Thursday. Now, I have to admit that I didn't really expect a hardware reveal during the event, especially since Sony repeatedly told us that the showcase would focus on the games for the new console. So you can imagine I was pleasantly surprised when they did show the console in all its meme-worthy glory. I personally like the design, but I can see why some really hate it. But enough about how I feel about the console itself, because there have been a lot of announcements during the PlayStation 5 showcase, and these were the biggest ones. And I'll start with the fact that Grand Theft Auto 5 will get another re-release, this time on the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. The fourth version of the game is set to release in the second half of 2021. The new version is said to get reworked visuals and some new content for GTA Online. The reworked version will also launch on PC. And there will also come a standalone version of GTA Online, also set to release in the second half of 2021, and it will be a PlayStation 5 exclusive for the first 3 months. And until the game hits PlayStation 5, all PlayStation 4 players will receive a $1 million in-game bonus per month they play GTA Online. Another big surprise was the announcement of Hitman 3. That game is set to be the conclusion of the World of Assassination trilogy that started in 2016. This time, Agent 47 has only one mission: taking out the partners of Providence. Hitman 3 will receive 6 brand new locations packed full of creative opportunities to help 47 complete his objectives. It will be the first time in the trilogy that you'll be able to play the entire campaign right at launch, so you'll get all 6 new locations in January 2021. Oh, and as a nice bonus, you'll be able to import all previous Hitman locations and missions into Hitman 3, along with all your progression and unlocks from the first 2 games. Hitman 3 will launch on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, PC, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Next up, there was the creepy trailer for Resident Evil Village, where we get to see Ethan Winters and his wife Mia from Resident Evil 7 Biohazard living happily together and putting their nightmares from the Baker's Plantation house behind them. At least for a while, because when Chris Redfield, from the first Resident Evil, makes an unexpected appearance, he sets off a chain of events leading Ethan to a mysterious village. Resident Evil Village will launch on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and PC in 2021. We also got to see a brand new trailer for the melee looter fighter game Godfall, and I have to be brutally honest here. I personally was not a fan of the trailer. I mean, sure, it looks visually pretty damn good, but I'm just not a fan of looter games. And the music that played during the trailer did not help, in my opinion anyway. Anyway, Godfall will launch on PlayStation 4 and PC during this year's holiday season. And then there were no less than 9 PlayStation Studio games. The first and probably the biggest one was Horizon the Forbidden West, that will continue Aloy's story as she moves west to brave a majestic but dangerous new frontier where she'll face awe-inspiring machines and a mysterious new threat. The game has not yet received a release date. The second huge announcement was Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, a standalone expansion to the critically acclaimed Marvel Spider-Man game from 2018. There's not a lot known about the story other than Miles taking over Spider-Man's duties from Peter Parker. Spider-Man Miles Morales will be a launch title for the PlayStation 5, and since it's an expansion of sorts, there might be a possibility we'll see a PlayStation 5 upgrade for the main game. Insomniac Games showed 2 titles they're working on, and the second one was Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, a sequel to the 2016 Ratchet & Clank game. In the new game, we see the universe of Ratchet and Clank literally tear itself apart with interdimensional rifts, causing the iconic duo to get separated from each other. Besides its first trailer, we also got to see some early gameplay, and I have to admit that it looked pretty damn cool and that it won't stray far from the formula we all know and love. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart did not yet receive a release date. We also finally got to see a brand new Gran Tourismo. Gran Turismo 7 is set to take the franchise back to its roots. During the showcase we got to see a first trailer and then some gameplay, and I honestly would not have noticed it was gameplay if the game's HUD was not displayed. It looked pretty damn sick. Gran Turismo 7 also did not receive a release date. Then we also got to see some smaller titles like Sackboy: A Big Adventure, Returnal, Destruction All-Stars and Astro's Playroom that will be preloaded on all PlayStation 5 consoles. Okay, that about covers the biggest games, so let's talk about the console itself. We already knew the internal specifications, but for those who didn't see my last all we know about the PlayStation 5 video that I posted last year in Dutch, let's have another look, okay? The PS5 will be powered by AMD's Zen 2 based CPU with 8 cores at a 3.5 GHz with variable frequency. The GPU, also powered by AMD, will run at a whopping 10.28 teraflops with 36 compute units at 2.23 GHz, also a variable frequency. The GPU is based on the RDNA 2 Big Navi architecture that has not yet been released on PC. All of that raw power is being supported by 16 GB of GDDR6 memory, and as for storage, that's a bit of a letdown in my opinion, because the PlayStation 5 will ship with a rather small 825 GB custom NVMe SSD. The upside is that the custom SSD is capable of a huge data transfer speed, up to 9 GB per second of compressed data. Another positive is that the storage will be expandable with a standard NVMe PCIe Gen 4 SSD or with an external hard drive for backward compatible games. The console also launches with a 4K UHD Blu-ray drive, well, except the digital edition, because that one won't have the optical drive. Okay, one more bit of PlayStation related news, because The Last of Us HBO TV show finally has a director for its very first episode, Johan Renck, a Swedish director you may know from HBO's Chernobyl and a few Breaking Bad episodes. Renck, interestingly, has spoken out against directing for TV in the past, stating that he's only interested in 2 types of TV projects. One is a mini-series format where he gets to direct all the episodes, and the other is a television series where all the episodes have their own contained story, like in Black Mirror. Renck will also be an executive producer for the TV show as a whole. He describes The Last of Us TV show as an ongoing TV series, so we may expect more than just 1 season. Besides him, Naughty Dog's creative director Neil Druckmann and Chernobyl creator Craig Mazin are also working on the TV adaptation of one of the best PlayStation game franchises. Okay, now let's step away from PlayStation for a few minutes, because EA and Criterion Games have announced that the next Need for Speed is in development at Criterion after several entries from Ghost Games. Criterion Games, mostly known for developing the Burnout games, was also the studio responsible for the more light, modern Need for Speed games, like 2010's Hot Pursuit and 2012's Most Wanted. In the same statement, EA also revealed the final update for Need for Speed Heat that introduced crossplay between PC, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, a first for an EA game. Criterion also told all future Need for Speed games will support crossplay, stating that "We've always believed that games are better with friends. We don't want your platform of choice be a barrier for that experience." Okay, this is a pretty big one, but not at all confirmed, so take everything in this segment with a pinch of salt. There was a new, huge leak of the Harry Potter RPG that is supposedly in development at Avalanche Software since 2017. And the off-screen captured footage shown here is from the first leak back in 2018. Now, the new information, including its name, Hogwarts, a Dark Legacy, was leaked on Reddit by someone who says he works with the game's publisher Warner Bros. On promotional material. He says you'll be playing as a Hogwarts student starting at your 5th year, because you've been transferred from another magical school, all the way until your graduation. You get to pick the gender of your character, customize them, and even get to choose whether they're pureblood, half-blood, or muggle-born. The game will deal with some very mature themes, which the leaker says could push it towards an 18+ or 16+ rating at the lowest. One of such themes are romantic subplots. You'll even be able to marry those love interests. The game will take place after Harry Potter's kids have graduated from Hogwarts, but some characters from the books will make an appearance. Your character will be sorted in one of the 4 Hogwarts houses based on the decisions you made in the character creation screen. But no matter what house you'll get sorted in, you'll never be able to side with the main villain of the game. But that doesn't mean you won't be able to do some truly evil things. And that main villain, by the way, will be an ex-Death Eater. The game will take place in 4 different hub areas: Hogwarts, Hogsmeade, and the Ministry, where your character will be able to get a job as an Auror. The 4th location is not yet known. These Auror missions, by the way, are said to be heavily inspired by the L.A. Noire investigations. Hogwarts, A Dark Legacy, should get its first official trailer somewhere before August, and it's expected to release around June 2021. Cyberpunk will not be available on Google Stadia on its launch date. CD Projekt Red has told that in a press statement. The highly anticipated game will launch on PC, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One September 17th, but the Stadia version will be released sometime later in 2020. And we'll end this week's recap with the launch of the new Asus ROG STRIX G15 laptop in Belgium. The new gaming laptop will set you back 1,699 euros, but for all that money you'll get a sleek laptop designed in collaboration with the BMW's DesignWorks group, and it will feature a 144Hz high refresh rate IPS display. The laptop is powered by the 10th gen Intel Core i7-10750H processor, 16GB of DDR4 RAM that is expandable to 32GB, and it will have an RTX 2070 Super, so you can play all your games on the highest settings. The laptop comes with 1TB of internal NVMe SSD storage. To keep the entire package cool, Asus has integrated its intelligent cooling philosophy that includes their own self-cleaning cooling system with double end-plate fans for a better airflow in the laptop. And to top it all off, Asus even uses liquid metal to cool the CPU even further. The ROG Strix G15 is now for sale in Belgium at Alternate and MediaMarkt. Okay, and that's all the news I've got for you this week. I mean, there was plenty more news, but there's only so much news I can put in one video. If you'd like a full comparison between the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5, let me know in the comments below. And if you like this recap, please be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons, and I'll see you again next week. Thanks for watching.